All right, folks, it's a beautiful day at the old ballpark, so put your mustard on that dog, grab that bag of peanuts, sip that cold one, and let's meet our Tiger of the Day.
Today's Tiger video is Rob Brantly. He is represented by a 2011 Bowman Chrome, prospects with an on-card auto, slabbed by stats grading. If you've ever wondered how a player can leave a real impact on a franchise without ever becoming a regular, this is one of those stories. Today, we're talking about Rob Brantly, a left-handed hitting catcher drafted by the Detroit Tigers, developed through the system, and then shipped out in a major 2012 deadline deal that helped Detroit go for it. Rob Brantly enters the Tigers' timeline in 2010 when Detroit selects him in the third round and signs him soon after. Catching prospects are different from most positions. Teams don't just look at the bat. They're also projecting leadership, game calling, and how a catcher can guide a pitching staff. And Detroit was a team that valued that. The Tigers' pipeline mattered because a catcher who can hit a bit and handle pitchers becomes valuable, either as a future big leaguer or as trade currency. Brantly's Tigers development path was a steady climb through the farm. After signing, he's assigned to West Michigan. By July 2011, he's promoted to Lakeland. In 2012, he starts at Erie and earns a promotion to Toledo in June. That's a pretty classic prospect progress storyline. Each level is a test, and he kept passing enough of them to move forward. And here's where it gets interesting. At the time he was traded, Miami's official release highlighted how Brantly was viewed around the game. Futures game selection, Tigers number 7 prospect by Baseball America entering 2012, and Midwest League All-Star honors in 2011. In other words, he wasn't a random throw-in. He was a real piece. Then comes July 23, 2012. The day Brantly's Tigers story becomes part of a much bigger Tigers story. Detroit acquires Aníbal Sánchez and Omar Infante from the Miami Marlins. To make that happen, the Tigers send a package that includes Rob Brantly along with Jacob Turner and Brian Flynn to Miami. This is the kind of deal that tells you exactly where Detroit's head was at. Win now. Sánchez gave the Tigers rotation help for a postseason run, and Infante provided stability and flexibility in the infield. And Brantly, along with the other prospects, was the price. And there's a did you know layer here too. The same Marlins release noted the teams also swapped competitive balanced draft picks in the 2013 draft. That's the kind of detail most fans forget, but front offices absolutely track. So what's the takeaway for Detroit? Rob Brantly represents one of the most overlooked truths about baseball roster building. Sometimes, the impact of a prospect isn't what he becomes for you, it's what he helps you get. Brantly was drafted, developed, promoted, level by level, and at the moment the Tigers needed to strengthen their big league club, he was valuable enough to be included in a major deadline package. That's part of how contenders operate. Build a farm system not only for your future roster, but also to give yourself options when you're one move away. Rob Brantly's Detroit Tigers chapter is a reminder that not every Tigers story ends with a long career in the Old English D. Some stories end with a phone call, a transaction line, and a prospect becoming part of a bigger push for October. If you enjoyed this deep dive Tigers story on Rob Brantly, drop a like, subscribe, and comment.